Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this morning mountain weather update. All right, we are in it now. Snow is falling. Let's take you to the Wasatch here. This is Solitude Mountain. You can see the snow is definitely coming down. Whatever snow you've got so far, it's kind of like bonus snow. I think you could see another 4 to 10, maybe 4 to 12 inches across the Wasatch. It's going to snow all day today, and it will snow tonight as well up there. So very good day today and tomorrow across the Wasatch front of Utah. In fact, here's the radar. You can see that area of precip banking up against the Wasatch right now. It's also snowing in Colorado, or at least it's just getting started. You can see some of the precip coming out from the south. And we're going to see an area of low pressure develop overnight into tomorrow morning, a Panhandle Hooker storm system around the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma. And that's going to enhance the snowfall across parts of Colorado. It's a whole new area of low pressure that will spin up. All right, let me talk about what I'm seeing here this morning. So this is all part of storm number 1. It continues today, tomorrow, and beyond. Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Idaho, and Montana. So we'll watch that. And then again, overnight to tomorrow, we'll have that storm system that develops in the parts of the panhandles, and that will throw some snow over the top of Denver, rain and snow over Denver, but it will lift that air on the north side of the storm up through the foothills and then over the top of the Continental Divide, enhancing some of that snowfall. Storm number 2 is 2.5 to 2.9. And then there is a storm 3, but it looks like it's going to go across the northern tier, 210 and 211. I'll show you what that looks like and the accumulation associated with it coming up. But overall, big grand totals. Things really haven't changed. I'm still looking at feet of accumulation. California, the Sierra, Utah, Wyoming, and also Colorado. All right, let me take you back, and I want to show you water vapor satellite imagery this morning. So there's our main storm number 1. Still moving very slowly, but that's one of the reasons the totals are going to be so big. And what's going to happen is it's going to lend a little bit of energy to the development of an area of low pressure right here overnight into tomorrow. And that's what's going to help to kind of spin up and enhance some of that snowfall in Colorado and northern New Mexico for that matter. And then you've got another storm system behind it, and then potentially another storm system behind that. Everything riding this strong subtropical jet stream like a conveyor belt, ushering in these pieces of atmospheric river moisture on top of everything else. So we're seeing incredible amounts of precip. And like I was saying yesterday, it's not only is it going to snow hard in the Sierra, but we could see 6, 7, 8 inches of rain in Los Angeles, which is huge. So there are some wide-reaching effects of this pattern. Here's the forecast radar and satellite. That's the look by this afternoon. Widespread heavy snow, Tetons, Idaho, Wasatch, and also through Colorado. Watch what happens overnight into tomorrow morning. So 2-3, the low really begins to spin up around the panhandles. That throws precip, and really what it does is it sort of enhances those upslope winds, turns the winds out of the east-northeast over the top of Denver in the Front Range, and that just lifts the air up. And so it's going to be a little bit too warm, I think, for most of I-25 around Denver to see heavy snow, but it'll be a rain-snow mix. All snow above 6,000 feet, foothills and Continental Divide, all the way down through southern Colorado. Nice band of snow all the way running north on the northwest side of the storm, up through parts of Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana. There's 2-3 in the afternoon. By the time we get into 2-4, that storm is gone. Here comes storm number 2 moving in from California. Here's 2-6. There's 2-6 in the afternoon. There's 2-7 in the morning. So we've got snow across the Wasatch, Tetons, Big Sky, moving into Colorado and New Mexico. Here's 2-7 in the afternoon. There's 2-8 in the morning, still snowing in all of those areas. There's 2-8 in the afternoon, begins to break up by 2-9 and move away. And then that other storm system, you can see it there moving across the northern tier, that third storm system. But as I'll show you with the jet, that's where it's being directed. That's how the pattern changes after 2-9. Everything is directed to the north as it looks right now. Okay, let's look at that actually. Here's the forecast jet on 2-7. So this is the evolution of storm number 2 coming out of California, moving into Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, 2-8, and eventually exiting on 2-9. Here's the jet by 2-11. You can see the change. So the storm track, that jet is way up to the north, and it guides that storm and all that snowfall through the northern tier of states. So that would benefit some areas that are not going to get as much snow out of the first 2 storm systems, so that's actually a good thing. All right, here's the grand total snowfall. Well, it's actually just today through 2-9, really to capture these first 2 storm systems. I'll show you what it looks like beyond this, but so today through 2-9, still looking at another 40 inches on the way. for Little Cottonwood Canyon, a little over 2 feet for Park City on the way, roughly 2.5 feet for the Tetons. In Colorado, western and southwest Colorado gets the most snow with roughly 2 feet in those areas, if not a little bit more. About a foot on the Continental Divide of Colorado, about a foot in Summit County, and I'll zoom in on this map in a second, but look at the big numbers yet to fall in the Sierra. Another 30 to 60 inches, very impressive. And we've still got a foot to go in Idaho and most of Montana. Let me zoom in on that map, 2.2 through 2.9. Central and northern mountains of Colorado, the I-70 corridor, again, about a foot through Summit County and on top of the Continental Divide. A lot of that is actually from the Panhandle Hooker storm system. Everything else west, Vail, Steamboat, looking at about 2 feet of snow there. In fact, let's go a little bit further west. The numbers have crept up just a little bit for Aspen, Snowmass, the Highlands, Buttermilk, looking at about 2 feet. Crested Butte, about 2 feet. Capital, though, big time snow, 2 to 3 feet. And looking at about 8 to 12 across the collegiate. So those numbers have went down just a touch. Okay, let me look at each time period. So here's today through 2-4, essentially the first storm system. You can see how it spread snow from the Sierra all the way to Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado. Some of that snow you see in the Sierra actually comes in on with the next storm system on 2-4, 2-5. Here's the view on 2.5 through 2.9. Total snowfall. This is a pretty big period with over 2 feet for parts of the Wasatch, roughly 1 to 2 feet for the Tetons, and another foot for western and southwest Colorado. Less, significantly less on the Continental Divide around Loveland, A Basin, Cameron Pass, Eldora, Keystone, and Summit County. That type of flow with storm number 2 just doesn't benefit those areas as much. And looking up into Revelstoke, we start to see a little bit of extra snow coming in. Looks like maybe 4 or 5 inches during that time frame. But watch what happens in this latter time frame. 210, 211. Again, the flow takes everything a little bit further north, and so you're going to get some additional snow across interior BC, Revelstoke, Kicking Horse. You could see another 6, 7, 8, 9 inches just in this time period alone, which is fantastic. Central and northern Idaho, northwest Montana, the Pacific Northwest also benefits from that shifting pattern, 210, 211. One more stop into the northeast, barely anything, a dusting to an inch, 2.2 through basically 2.9. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this morning mountain weather update. We'll end on this totals map today through 2.9. Again, anywhere in purple is over a foot, and we still have a lot of snow left to accumulate, feet of snow. Guys, enjoy it, be safe out there, and take care.